What's going on? Brother Sherman Cox here. I got my gospel harp. I wanted to talk about the steps that I went through to try to get bending while tongue blocking. And I guess the first thing you got to really ask yourself is why? Who cares? I saw somebody did a video. I forget, one of those superstar players did a video of why do you really want to bend while tongue blocking. If you got your bending while puckering going, well then just do that. But hey, I know for myself personally, the only reason why I did it is because I'm going through that bluesharmonica.com, and Barrett, that's pretty much what he's emphasizing, is tongue blocking. And for that reason, that's why I pretty much did it. But if I wasn't going through that, I probably wouldn't even been worrying about it. But it's a real challenge to do some of the stuff, like do the slaps, the tongue slaps with the bends close behind it, so close to each other. It's really difficult to do that. Um, Trying to hurry up and do a slap and then go to a pucker and then so that's why I did it, trying to work through bluesharmonica.com. So, what were the steps that I did? Well, the first step, and I did a video on how to get your tongue blocking, get your bending working. I don't know. I may have done one on tongue blocking too. I don't know. But you get your bending working with the pucker embouchure, pucker, lip blocking, whatever you call it. I don't know. Same game, I think, but whatever. So the first thing is you get the pucker working. Okay, you get that working. The next step after you got that kind of clear and cool, because some people go straight and get the tongue blocking bending working, and then they never do the pucker. But I started on the pucker, and it was easier for me to get the pucker working. So then you do that, and then you try to figure out what's happening in your mouth. Try to figure out what's happening in your mouth. See how I had the tongue in the place where it need to be. Okay, so I'm doing a pucker, lip block, whatever it's called, and I got my tongue in exactly the place I wanted. Okay, that's that. Okay, so now everything is cool, and I think I got it. So now hold that same configuration. Now, you really can't hold a configuration because your tongue is gonna be on the harp. With the pucker, your tongue ain't on the harp. So what you gonna do now is try to get your mouth in as close of that configuration that you remember for the pucker. So okay, you got that. Now let's do a tongue block. We're trying to do as close as we can get. I'm trying to do the slap on there so that you know that I'm actually doing a tongue block and not a pucker again. But go back pucker, tongue block, going back and forth. What you're doing. So what I really tried to do is I tried to really memorize what's happening in your mouth, your tongue specifically. What is your tongue doing? The front of your tongue, the back of your tongue, what is happening? How is the air flowing? Now go to a tongue block and try to do an approximation of that. As I'm doing this video, I realize that it's a difficult challenge to do this, but the key is to get in mind what you're doing with the regular pucker, and then switch over to your tongue block and try to approximate or do the same thing as best you can, because you can't do it exactly the same because your tongue is now on the comb. Your tongue is on the harp. And so you can't do exactly the same, but you can get pretty close. That's how I got to the point, and then it was just practice. Once you get a few of them, then it's just practice. I must admit, even though I do the tongue block, even though I do the tongue block with the with even though I do bending with tongue block, most of the time I'm doing pucker. Most of the time I'm doing with the pucker, but once again, like I said, I'm doing this tongue blocking thing. The only reason why I'm doing it is because of Barrett's bluesharmonica.com, a very good program that I would definitely strongly suggest to others, but that's another video. In this video, I just wanted to talk about the steps I followed. Let's go through them again. Number one is to learn how to tongue block with your pucker. Number two is to try to understand or memorize what's happening as you do that. Memorize what's happening to your tongue and all of that. And then step number three is to try to mimic it. So you play your and then you're gonna bend by mimicking what you did before, and then you're good to go there. I don't know if this is helpful. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody. Again, this is Brother Sherman Cox, and this is my gospel harp. Thanks. God bless.